Imagine driving an extra 8,953 views by leveraging my Promotional Plus system. If you want more views, this is a video not to miss.
Brian G. Johnson.
Brian G here, and to grow on YouTube, stake your claim and amplify your message. Do that by subscribing. Click on the bell notification, you'll be on your way. When it comes to growing your channel quickly, there are a few things that can dramatically jumpstart your channel. One is software. And did you know that my group coaching program comes bundled with nearly $200 of software? That's TubeBuddy Legend as well as Morningfame. And the other element that can really amplify your results is having access to a coach or mentor that can guide you along the way, ensuring you don't make a mistake. Access my free 40-minute YouTube Masterclass and you'll learn more about the coaching program as well. Link in the description. Fact of the matter is this: promoting your video on other websites other than YouTube can allow you to reach far more people, can allow you to trigger the algorithm and more. And this screenshot is proof. 8,953 views from one of the big websites. And check this out, 542 clicks, meaning views that I sent to YouTube. You see, the fact of the matter is promotion absolutely works. It can allow you to drive so many more views. But most YouTubers make a few mistakes that really render their promotional efforts worthless. For example, if you're going from website to website sharing your link, that'll never work. It's never worked in the past, and it's not gonna work in the future. So in this video guide, I'm gonna walk you through a whole bunch of things you can apply to make it happen. And best of all, most of these things are completely free. In fact, every single promotional strategy I'll share is free. There are a few paid alternatives, but again, you can get started for free. Now, here's what you're gonna need to get started. You're gonna need to spend about 10 to 15 minutes a day, 3 days a week. If you don't have 10 to 15 minutes, 3 days a week, this won't work. And if we're honest, like, that's ridiculous. That's like literally a few minutes every other day and you can crush it. And here's an example. These views that you're seeing right here were generated off YouTube by leveraging one of the big promotional sites I mentioned. I'm gonna share exactly what site and more as we move forward. But first we have to cover two things. Number one, what exactly is promotion? And number two, we've gotta talk about marketing, because it's that marketing point that really is the plus. Promotional plus marketing. If you don't market, it's never gonna work unless you've got hundreds of dollars to invest in advertising and promotion of your YouTube channel. And I'm guessing you don't have like $100 a day to run ads to your YouTube channel. Now, promotion is pretty simple. You share your link on Facebook, you email your link to friends, people you know, you share your link on social sites like Instagram, etc. It's simple, you already know it, but you already know it kind of doesn't work. Now, marketing is a bit different. Marketing is building something that lasts over the long term. Marketing is taking a look at a group of viewers and then being specific about building something for those viewers that are interested in a specific subject, so you can then market to those people. Marketing is building a better mousetrap. And the most important difference between promoting and marketing is when you market, people find you. People are looking for stuff online like information on fly fishing or gardening, etc., and they find your website. They find your subreddit or your Facebook group and more. When you set up your own marketing funnel, which again, for free, later you can come in and you can promote your video and the results will be massively different. But when we talk about promotion, you're really interrupting people. You're pushing your advertisement onto the individuals. And think about it, like when you're watching TV and a commercial comes on, 99% of the time you're not interested. You get up to get some popcorn, maybe a cold beer or a soda pop. Maybe you go to the bathroom. What you don't do is worry about the ad. But this here is marketing. This is Tube Ritual. It's a Facebook group I launched several years ago. Today it's got more than 15,000 members, which means I can share my videos and potentially reach more than 15,000 people that said they were interested, that signed up and continue to come back to this group again and again. Even better, this group runs itself. Members come in, they post questions, they engage, they interact with one another, and I don't have to do a whole lot of anything to keep the group moving forward other than spending that 10 to 15 minutes every other day or so that I mentioned. This right here is a good example. I spent a whole 2 or 3 minutes creating a simple post that I posted to the group, and that was it. The thing I want to draw your attention to is I wasn't really promoting anything. I was simply sharing information that the members in this group would find interesting. And I talked about vlogging and why oftentimes it can lead to poor results. You see, when it comes to marketing, what you want to do is simply provide value. You hear that so often. What does it even mean? It means that you're going to build something like a Facebook group, like your own website, like your own subreddit, and you're going to spend time adding content to these platforms that the people that sign up are going to enjoy and find interesting. And when you do that, over time, you're going to build up trust. And when people trust you, they're going to be far more interested in checking out the video you just published when you share it to your Reddit, to your Facebook group, or on your website. Oh, and even better is oftentimes these communities will start moderating themselves. The Tube Ritual group has so many amazing moderators and members, and we're part of a community. And when you form a community, it becomes really powerful when it comes to making more money, getting more views. Awesome. So you don't need to spend a ridiculous amount of time building a Facebook group or a subreddit, but you do have to add value to that group over time. Having a group is powerful. Here you can see a group created by Nick Nimmin. This is the Small YouTubers Boost community with over 100,000 members. And even if you're just getting started, you can create a group and over time it will absolutely grow. I'm thinking about Dan Courier, who's created his own group, and his group is growing, it's thriving, and he uses it not just to get views, but to make money with affiliate marketing and more. You can do the same. Now let's talk about one of my favorite ways to really dramatically boost the views to my channel. Now let's talk about this, the 8,953 views. This came from a big website, and the big website was Google. And notice the bar graph. I had a big spike in views over the last few days, and it really contributed to tremendous amounts of views. How did I make it happen? Marketing. I really thought out and identified a group of people that were interested in one specific thing, and then I marketed my video in a smart way to dramatically increase my views. And check this out. This is from Google, right? I got a lot of views from Google, which is so powerful because not only are they just regular views, but these are views coming into YouTube. YouTube calls these session starts, and it helps to really trigger the algorithm, allowing you to get even more views. But what if we could double this? We can. And the answer is crafting and creating your own website. You know what? Before I jump into that, I want to back up a little bit and I want to talk about the Facebook groups, creating your own subreddit. One of the things I just thought about was I mentioned the fact that you want to share a lot of content that's not always your own. And you might wonder, what do I share? How do I come up with content? What are the steps I can take? And I want to break that down right now. It's super easy. You see, you can share articles, you can share podcasts. I'm thinking of my pal Nick Nimmin, just released check this out, crazy. I got a cup of coffee right here, right? And the podcast by Nick is called Comments and Coffee. I got a link to it in the description. So you can share a podcast, you can share an article, and you might be wondering what's the best way to come up with articles that are really interesting. Here's what I like to do. On your phone or your tablet or a computer, access a news app or site. So I'm on my iPad, I'm gonna pull up Apple News, and then what you're gonna see is I've got all these topics to the left, right? I've got things like YouTube and video marketing and digital cameras and streaming television, and so on. And all I really need to do is click on something like YouTube. I've done just that, and notice all the really cool articles that I could share in my group. So let's get back to the Google example. How the heck did I drive those additional 8,000, close to 9,000 views? Thing I want you to think about is being intentional. I mentioned the fact that we want to market. And the thing you've got to do is you've got to market to one group or one community of viewers, and you want to think about what really matters to them. So in my case, I saw all this information coming out about the new YouTube terms of service. I saw that as having a ton of interest, and I was interested in it too, so I thought I'm going to make that video. Always do that first. Begin the video creation process based on something you're interested in, and you know a group of people on YouTube your target audience is also interested in. Now, the next thing I did, and I always do, is I really ask myself, what are the types of search terms that viewers would be searching for to really discover the kind of video I'm gonna create? This part is really important, and you wanna really focus and figure this out before you publish, and even before you film. Some of the keyword phrases I thought of were YouTube TOS for terms of service, and then YouTube terms of service, YouTube update, and then finally I thought about what about YouTube terms and conditions. Now, one of the things I did was I studied the search results. In other words, I searched for each individual keyword phrase, I looked at the search results, I looked at how many views the videos had, and then I made a decision, and the decision was on YouTube terms and conditions. That would be the keyword phrase that I would target. But the thing you also want to do, you want to confirm that Google searchers are searching for the same exact keyword phrase you're thinking about targeting. So I went to Google and I typed in YouTube terms and conditions, and sure enough, I saw tons of keyword phrases based on that very thing. And when you search for YouTube terms and conditions, notice my video is in the #1 position, and it has driven thousands and thousands of views to my channel. Here's a bonus tip. Use Morningfame. Morningfame is a powerful YouTube research tool, and it will allow you to identify, yes, the keyword phrase that you're thinking of targeting is an actual keyword phrase people are searching for on YouTube as well as Google. Notice the double check mark right here. That represents that indeed it is a search term in both or on both platforms. Even better, Morningfame breaks down how competitive the keyword phrase is, and I could see this was absolutely a go and would be pretty easy for me to rank for. Whether you decide to build a website, a Facebook group, or a subreddit is really up to you. But I want you to do this. If you want to get more views on YouTube, then you want to really discover some of the secrets that the big YouTubers aren't sharing. The video on the screen covers exactly what that is. Click and watch that video now. When you do, you're gonna feed a poodle. Yeah, I got 2 poodles and they're hungry. I'll see you on that next video. You dig?